What's good, y'all? Elvis here, back again with another episode of Better Barbering. For my new people that don't know, Better Barbering is a series that I started where I share tips and tricks that made me a better barber, that other people can use to make them better barbers, and I do the better people. If you think the game that I gave is valuable, I have a coaching and consulting available. Feel free to hit me up. We can work something out. I'm doing free consulting for the rest of December, so just let me know. Hit me up at Better Barbering on Instagram. We'll get something popping. So I've been doing a lot of coaching, big homie and whatnot lately. And I've realized most people be coming to me with the same problems. And like whether it's one of my little homies having a woman problem or a fellow barber having a clientele problem, I realize like they be the same issues for real. I'm noticing a bunch of parallels between the game I be giving about clientele and the game I be giving about women. If you having problem with clientele, or especially if you have a problem with women, it's because you listening too damn much. Hear me out. So regardless of what your clientele look like, the surprising thing that barbering clients and women have in common is that they're both people. And dealing with people, building relationships is all about understanding perspective, incentive, and motivations. Once you understand all those things, people make a lot more sense. As far as women, I be having little homies that be telling me, she's saying this thing, but she's doing this and da 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 da. And I'm like, bro, I mean, I'm not saying don't listen to her, but don't take that shit at face value super serious all the time, bro. Keep in mind, like, no means no and all that shit, you know what I'm saying? Don't press anything that somebody's resisting, you feel me? But I got homies that are talking to me about like, oh, she say I don't spend enough time with her and blah, 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 but I'm spending time with her and that's not solving a problem. And I'm like, that's because you listening too damn hard, bro. People rarely say what they mean. And that's not because they're intentionally being misleading. It's because most people don't have the precise, exact language to describe how they feel or what their problem is. If you're dealing with a girl and she's talking about, you don't spend enough time with me and blah, 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 blah. A lot of times the way to resolve that is not to spend more time with her. It sounds kind of wild, but it's like understanding what the underlying need is the most important. Because you could be spending a few hours a week and she's saying that's not enough, but it's not because she needs more actual time. It could be the quality of time is not there. It could be she's not getting the quality attention she wants. It could be when you're present, you're not really present. You feel me? And understanding that, oh, she wants more presence, not more time, would be you could literally solve the issue with not spending more time because you're addressing the real problem, not the symptom of what she says is the issue. You feel me? Because when you're dealing with more of a feminine individual, more feminine entity, she's going to be looking at things through a more emotional lens. So she's going to be using her words to communicate a feeling, not hard logic like men are accustomed to interpreting and acting upon. If your bro says, hey bro, I need some time to help with this and that, you know, oh, I got to go over there and spend some time to go help with this. I heard one of my clients say this. I want to shout him out, but I don't remember who said it. But he was talking about, it's not about communication, it's about comprehension. And that was a gem. That was a gem. And the same thing goes for clients. As a barber, you are an expert in this tonsorial craft compared to most people. Even if you're not that good, you're going to have a broader base level of knowledge than somebody else that's going to be sitting in your chair more than likely. I've had a client come in and say like, oh, I want a south side fade and da 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 da. And I start asking questions. Of course, because sometimes you don't want to just act upon what somebody says because they don't know exactly what they're talking about. So ask little details about little aspects of the hair, like or how they wanted the hair to live on their head, more quality of life things. You know what I'm saying? Like some people, a good haircut to them is like their hair is not touching their ears. Some people, they're obsessed about a blend. Some people want different little aspects, you know what I'm saying? Me sitting here asking like, oh, how do you want the sides to look? How do you want this to feel? Blah, 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 blah. And then somebody coming in saying, oh, I want a south side fade. And then I ask them a few questions and I realize, oh, they want like a low taper on the sides and they want a shag in the back. Now I know not to take, oh, I want a south side fade at face value. They might have wanted some kind of blend, but they didn't even know the correct terminology. And then also with haircuts, so much shit is subjective. Like everybody's high fade is slightly different because a high fade on one client who had a longer head is going to be different on a client with a more stubbier head. Or a high fade that this barber does over here is going to be different than the high faded barber this does over here. And then they have a bunch of different nomenclature and different names for similar haircuts. So there's so much confusion, so much ambiguity. You being able to understand exactly what the client wants and wants to feel is the most important, because they could be coming in asking for a haircut that they thought was the best look for them because they saw it over here, but then they realize, oh, well, actually, for me, I just want certain aspects of this haircut incorporated. So trying to copy and paste things from different clients a lot of times doesn't work, because everybody has very specific tastes, specific qualities of their head shape and how they want the hair to live on their head. They have different styles. So every haircut is going to have to be a custom haircut. They could all follow the same class of like, oh, I do a bunch of low tapers on people, but every low taper is different because everybody's grain is different. I'm gonna have to blend everything different. Some people want enhancement. Some people hate enhancement. Some people only hate enhancement because they got cutfished by a homeboy over here. A cutfish is when a barber cuts your hair, sprays you down with enhancement, you go home, wash it out, and it's a completely different haircut. I have a lot of clients that didn't know that they low-key like enhancement because they got done dirty by somebody over here. So now that left a bad taste in their mouth. So when I mention enhancement, they think when I ask them about enhancement, oh, I'm planning on spraying a cartoon hairline on them. When how I use enhancement is a lot more subtle, a lot more looking natural. You know what I'm saying? I like enhancement to enhance a base cut that is already great versus covering up mistakes. Even if a client has an idea of what haircut they used to get over here, with you, they're going to have to rediscover what they really want. So of course you gotta think about what the client wants, because everything you do in this art is a commissioned work. You know what I'm saying? They gotta walk around with that on their head. Sometimes it's better to use your best judgment than to rely on what a client specifically says, or just to ask more questions. The consultation is the most important part of the haircut, because if the consultation's off, whatever haircut you do will be off. Also, don't give clients too much credit. Most of them don't know what they want. And most of them only realize what they do want after a process of being introduced to little things. My camera overheated, so I'm just gonna record this on my phone now. But clients, I've had a lot of clients that thought, oh, what they wanted in a haircut was, oh, a dude that just don't talk too much and throw the haircut I want on me in a timely fashion and then leave. They interact with somebody like me, they realize, oh, bro, a barber can be somebody who's like low-key my friend, like somebody I really fuck with outside of just getting a haircut service. And now they will not go to anybody else to get their haircut because they only want somebody who they have that's kind of level of energetic resonance with. You know what I'm saying? And that's benefited me because, you know, people, you know, exclusively want to get a haircut by me. But also there's a lot of my clients who were kind of stuck on getting a haircut by me, but then as soon as my price raised up, they're thinking, oh no, now I gotta find a new barber, and now I gotta go back to dealing with somebody who's kind of trash and blah 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 blah, who can just put a haircut on me. But I end up blessing them because I know a bunch of barbers like me. So I send them a recommendation of somebody's like me, somebody that I get a haircut by, somebody I rock with. But if they were stuck on what they thought they wanted at a certain point, they would have closed themselves off to growing and finding out what they really resonate with over time. But basically, moral of the video, you know, respect people, lead with good intentions, but don't take women and clients too seriously, for real. Most people don't know what they want. But I appreciate y'all watching this video. If you got any game, you know, I appreciate you like and subscribe. If you haven't already, followed your boy on Instagram as well as TikTok. Follow your boy at Cuts by Elvis, at Better Barbering. If y'all want coaching, hit me at Better Barbering. But till next time, Craft Over Clout, I'm out.